Hello YouTube, welcome back. What we're going to be working on this time is case preparation of 30-06 rounds. I'm going to walk you through. Now these have already been polished and wiped off. I did that in a let me grab this right here, in a tumbler, and then I wiped them down with a rag. Okay, so that part of the prep is already done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a die, we're going to resize and punch the primer. After we resize and punch the primer, then we are going to check them for case length. If the case is too long, then we will have to trim them. If the case is okay, then we're good to go at that point. Thing about rifle rounds over pistol rounds is you don't have to flare the ends, so that's one less step you have to do. So what I'm going to do now is get set up, and we're going to resize and punch the primers. Okay, and my dies are preset. They have a locking nut, but I also Loctite them, and so I don't have to adjust them. If you needed to adjust them, you know, there are adjusting screws. A 30-06 takes a number 3 shell holder, and that's pretty simple to put in. And as you can see, I already have my catcher for the old primer. I just give that a little nudge, and I'll be back with you. Okay, this part here cannot be stressed enough. Always lube your casings before you put them into your dies. I use RCBS case lube number 2, and I have the pad to lube them with. You don't want to get a round stuck in your die. 9 times out of 10 when that happens, you have to send your die back to the manufacturer. They remove it, because if you remove it, you're going to end up busting something, I'm sure. And then you got to go buy another die set. So I do stress that in all my videos. Also, if you watch the video about reloading 40 cal, I also keep a rag around, because after I resize, I throw them on a rag, wipe them back down. It still has a thin coat of lube on it, so you're good to go. But you don't want that real thick coat on there. So anyway, you'll lube your round a little bit. Slip her in there. Primer pops out, and that is a resized round. Although that one did seem to have a little bit of resistance. I'm not exactly sure why, so we're going to run her through a second time. We'll be checking them all later, inspecting them. See, that one wasn't nearly as bad. Anyway, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and get all these resized and wiped down, put back in their respective trays, and then I will show you the next phase of preparing your 30-06 cases. Alrighty, welcome back. I went through and I checked, just randomly, half a dozen or so of these casings. And the casing, maximum case length for 30-06 is 2.494. Okay, using calipers, like I said, I randomly checked a dozen or so cases. Okay, this case here is 2.498. And they were all running fairly long. If they're over the 2.494, you need to use your case trimmer and trim them down to 2.484. I already have my case trimmer set, and it's just a matter of pushing down on the lever, put your casing in. These things come with different size case holders, and down here is different size guides, and then it's just a matter of a couple of quick twists. And yes, this does make a mess. You get little pieces of brass everywhere. And this case should now be trimmed. And my trimmings are set at 2.486. Now, anyway, that's what I got mine set at. It's not quite all the ways there, but it's close enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and instead of measuring every case, I'm just going to run every case through the trimmer. Now that all the cases are trimmed, it is time to take the deburring tool and deburr both the inside and the outside of the case. Also clean the primer pocket and clean the inside neck of the case. So just a couple of quick twists on the inside, a couple of quick twists on the outside. Run that in a couple of times and clean the pocket. And maybe we'll give that one more twist on the outside. Yeah, that feels a lot better. And there you go. You have a completely prepped 30-06 case, ready for primer, powder, and a bullet. Alrighty, I'm going to get the rest of these prepped, and then I'll probably make another video on loading them up.